HG lifestyle. It's a mindset. Make sure you adopt it, baby. What's going on, everybody? And guys, welcome once again to the HG Lifestyle Show. As always, it's your host, your boy, Johnny B. And guys, today we got a special guest in the house. We got Una Copa Con Reyna. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
I'm happy you're here.
Hablamos inglés y español, right?
Yeah, we can do it both. Para que sepan todos.
Me da mucho gusto estar aquí. My name is Reyna Monroy. Ya saben, I have a podcast as well, because Una Copa Con Reyna, I haven't been there in a bit, but we're getting back.
She's slacking like me, so we're trying to get her back in the groove, because, you know, I just did an episode where I apologized to the crew for slacking, but we've been busy.
What's your excuse?
I don't have one.
I have a really good one.
Yeah.
I just had a baby.
Okay, see, that's a good excuse. Me, I just didn't prioritize my time. We have a lot going on right now. But what the HG Lifestyle Show is about and why I had Tato hit you up and ask you about it, man, is because I like to listen to the stories of the entrepreneurs and the people who are out there trying to make something happen, because, you know, everybody has this stigma that, as a Latino or as somebody that doesn't have the background or the education, that there's no opportunity. And that's bullshit. We live in the beautiful, beautiful country.
That's true.
Right? So I'll let you tell your story, man. Tell us about how you started, how you got into it, and what motivates you.
You know, that's so funny. Like, it's so weird because I'm the one that usually asks the questions.
It's all good.
But it was like about 3 years ago. You know, I trabajaba with an attorney, and he wanted to, you know, he was like, hey, Reyna, he kept telling me, like, I really want to get to the Latino community, but I don't know how. And back then, the only thought I had was like, well, let's go to the radio, because that's where I thought, like, you would go popular.
Right.
But then we started asking, and it was, like, so much money. It was, like, $3,500 for like a few seconds a day.
Really?
So we were like, yeah, that's not gonna work. So he was like, you know what, vamos a hacer nuestro propio estudio. We're just gonna do a podcast y lo vamos a pasar en internet. El internet is, everybody has it.
And it's a wonderful tool.
It is. You get to everybody, you know, and all over the world. Entonces he did, and él me decía, like, you're just gonna do todo. I'm just gonna buy the equipment. And nunca lo pensé que realmente, like, si iba a pasar, because I was like, yeah, but I kept seeing him buy, like, the microphones.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, this is, like,
it's happening.
It's happening.
Yeah.
And I had, like, no idea how to do it, pero al último lo hizo set up, and he just threw me in there, and I was just like, hello. Y empezamos, so, la idea empezó a ser de que, tú sabes, como lo acabas de mencionar, yo creo que en este estado hay como muchísimas oportunidades todavía, aunque ha crecido bastante. There's still a lot of room para muchas cosas if you really take advantage of it. Y mi idea siempre fue como dices tú, like, somos inmigrantes y cuando venimos es como otro país, es otro idioma, todo es nuevo, entonces es bien admirable when somebody, a pesar de todas esas obstáculos, deciden hacer un negocio, deciden crear algo o ayudar a la comunidad. Entonces, I wanted to do that, interview the people and see why you did it, how you did it. And yo pienso que siempre mi idea ha sido como, what if we just, like, help each other? Porque lamentablemente en Utah o en todo el país, it's sad, you see it. Como en lugar de apoyarnos unos a los otros entre latinos, siempre existe más el hate.
Pinches envidiosos.
Yes, and it's like, oh, porque ella lo hizo, me copió. Instead of being like, you know what, it's wonderful that you're doing it too. Como lo que acabas de hacer, you're doing that, I'm doing that. ¿Por qué no conectamos y tratamos de ver qué pasa, you know? It's more like, me copió, o no lo hizo bien.
O me la pela.
Exacto. Exacto. Entonces, yo siempre pensé como, ¿por qué no nos ayudamos unos a los otros? And that was the whole idea. It's still the idea. Como, I'll bring you in, you tell us, like, what you do, and if there's somebody out there that needs your service, you know, hit them up, like, entre nosotros, en lugar de tratar de contratar una compañía muy grande que realmente no necesita.
So that's how it started. Así es como empezó. You wanted to kind of reach the Latin community. Okay, but see, what's cool about what you just said is, like, how you just did it. You had no fucking clue
I have no idea
what the hell you were doing.
You don't go to school for this.
You don't, right? But see, I think that's a big lesson to unpack right there, is because a lot of people, when they feel that, pues I don't know what the fuck to do, they just don't do it.
Exactly, yeah.
Right?
Y es uno mismo que se traba, because a veces dices, lo pospones, como nosotros ahorita que decimos como, ya, después, o no
rato.
sé, exacto, pero tú solito te trabas, porque once you go out there and do it, you're like, man, like, why didn't I do it before? Or cuando vuelves otra vez al ritmo de hacer las cosas, and you're like, man, I should just keep on doing this. I don't know why dejo un fin de semana sin hacerlo when I just need to keep doing it, but es uno mismo.
Exactamente. And I think que that's what makes it harder, right? Like, the more you wait, the more you think about it, the more you hesitate, the more excuses you find.
And it's harder to get back there.
It's way harder to get back there.
La consistencia is the key and todo. Like, you can't expect to go to the gym once a week or una vez al mes y esperar estar
Pues exactamente,
mamado.
Because no puedes estar mamado, right? But that's the biggest thing también that I hear, right? Like, people that, like, they go to the gym for a week and they're like, well, I don't see the results, so I'm gonna stop going. Like, no mames way, right? Like, you gotta keep hitting that shit.
Why did you look at him? Just kidding.
Oh, yeah. Now, look, to me, the gym did change my life, so I push
You're
it.
really
I preach
into
it. I am, pero...
What's the key para la consistencia?
Pues la verdad es que yo, personalmente, siempre tuve I always had an addictive personality. But it got me in trouble. I was addicted to the wrong things.
Oh, okay.
Right? And so it's an energy that I needed to channel somewhere, right? And the way I look at it was, look, un año, a year, is going to pass by whether I fucking hit it or I don't fucking hit it.
Right.
Right? And so I thought, pues, fuck it. I'm going to hit it. And once my physique started changing, my confidence was like...
Right.
And when you feel good, you do good, man. Like, fuck it. Like...
Yes.
All those haters, como estabas diciendo, they are there and they hate and they talk shit on me. Pero you know what? It doesn't affect me, because when I look in the mirror and when I look at what I've done and the people I've helped, I don't give a fuck, because I'm proud of what I've done.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Sí. Y es cierto, like, I guess que siempre la gente va a hablar anyway. So.
Exactly. So, si van a hablar, que hablen, pero al menos I know that it's just bullshit, because I know what I look like. I know who I am as a person. Pero sí, como dices, consistency.
Consistency is the key. Y lo difícil, todo el mundo siempre dice como, ¿cómo saco el tiempo? Like, how do I do it? Porque vivimos en un país que es como, todo es un rápido. La vida es bien rápida. Vivimos en una rutina, like, maybe 99% of people, 95%, you wake up, te levantas, vas al trabajo, llegas, cenas, te duchas y a dormir. And the next day is the same thing. Mm-hmm. Porque a pesar de que tiene muchas oportunidades y podemos tener muchas cosas que en nuestro país no tenemos, pero you gotta work for it. No te caen del cielo, right?
Exactamente.
So you have to hustle. Entonces lo difícil es sacar el tiempo to do it.
Yes. I agree. Pero también digo, like, no mames, güey, ¿cuánto tiempo, how much time do you waste on Instagram?
That's true.
Or on Netflix.
TikTok.
Right? TikTok. Like, bro, it doesn't have to be, like, okay, how I started, it wasn't just 3-4 hours a day. It was 20 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 15 minutes here, right? And then it adds up. The time's going to be there regardless, right? How are you prioritizing the time? And straight up, like, if you really want it, pues no mames, wait, get up 2 hours earlier, motherfucker. That's 2 hours now that you got to make it happen, right?
That's true.
So, and that's what I do personally, because to me, the gym is a motherfucking must. If I don't make it, my day doesn't go the same, pero I am hella busy.
Right.
So I make it in the morning, no matter how I feel. I get there. Y cuando me levanto, trust me, I'm like, fuck, que hueva. Like, especially in the winter.
Can I stay 15 more minutes?
Yeah, because in the winter, still, in fact, it's dark now. As the time changes, as we get closer to winter, it's dark when I wake up, and I don't want to get up, pero fuck it, I do it. And
especially
once I'm
when
there,
it's cold.
Oh yeah. But nomás es de just push yourself, because once I'm there, I'm like, what was I even bitching about?
Right.
Now I feel
Feels
good.
Yeah.
So you just gotta do it.
You gotta do it. Como dice Nike.
Como dice Nike. Just do it. Exactly. Pues a ti, ¿quién te motivó? Like, what pushed you to want to do it? Like, were you always in that industry?
No. Mi mamá dice que yo hago de todo y a nada le pego. And that's true. Like, mainly, I work for an attorney que si alguien sufrió un accidente, you know, like, me llamas and we'll walk you through all of that. Porque otra de las cosas es, like, muchos latinos no saben que aquí tenemos muchos derechos. We do. Todo el país está cubierto de insurance, right? Like, tu carro, tu casa, hasta el teléfono le pones aseguranza, todo. Entonces, en nuestro país no existe eso. Like, alguien te pega y pum, te vas o le das mordida al policía and they let you go. Aquí es muy diferente. Como tienes muchísimos derechos and a lot of people don't know that. Like, they don't know that you can get a compensation, que pueden ayudarte con el tratamiento médico gratis. Y cuando yo empecé a darme cuenta de todo esto y me empecé a dar cuenta que la gente no tenía mucha idea de eso, like, me empecé a fascinar en enfocarme en try to, like, educate our people on that. And muchos se espantabas because la aseguranza, when you call, they ask you for your social security, but it doesn't mean that you have to be legal in the country. They just want to know si Medicaid va a pagar primero o si ellos van a pagar primero, so that's why they ask for that. And a lot of people, when they call the insurance and they hear that, they freak, and then they don't want to do anything else, cuando realmente no tiene nada que ver. So that's what I do. Trabajo con un abogado for that, and empecé a hacer el podcast para ayudarnos unos a los otros a la comunidad. And, you know, yo hace como 6 años, 6 años me divorcié del papá de mis hijos. Estuve en un matrimonio de 11 años con él. We had 3 kids, and después de eso, fue como un life changing tan drástico para mí, porque salí embarazada a los 17 años. Bueno, tuve a mi hijo a los 17 años. So, basically, en mi mente pasé el control, porque mi mamá era muy sobreprotectora. So, pasé del control de mi mamá a un esposo que me decía qué hacer, qué no hacer, cómo comportarme, cómo vestirme. So, cuando finalmente I decided to get a divorce, I was like, holy cow, like, finalmente estoy en control de mi vida and I can do whatever I want. And it was scary because it was not only me, it was me with, like, 2 kids behind me. Pero en ese momento yo decidí y dije, you know what, like, la vida es tan cortita that if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. So fue cuando empecé a decir, you know what, I want to know qué se siente meterse a un estudio y ver qué se siente grabar una canción. And, you know, like, I did it. Nunca mi idea ha sido como, oh my God, quiero ser famosa, I just do things because I want to do it. Because el día de mañana, I don't want to die with that regret, or I don't want to get viejita and be like, man, I wish I'd have taken pictures like that when I was young and I could have. Ya ahorita que estoy toda arrugada y vieja y aguada, like, I can't. You know, so anything that I want to do, I do it just because I want to. Because no quiero vivir con el regret. Entonces, así es como me han salido cosas de que hice una canción, de que me tomé fotos así, de que me buscan acompáñame para que seas la modelo de mi video, etc. Entonces, de todo un poco.
Yeah.
You just gotta do it.
Well, you gotta do it, exactly. But see, eso es verdad, and that's real, because, I mean, dude, a lot of people that you talk to today que ya están, you know, in their elderly age, that's the biggest fucking thing they talk about is, nah, man, I regret not doing this, I regret not doing that. Pero people don't do it. Why do you think they don't do it? What holds people back from just fucking trying?
I think es muchas cosas. Los latinos I think mucha gente vive del qué dirán. You know, like, what if I do this? What is gonna people say? You know, like, que ya soy mamá, que I shouldn't do that, I shouldn't dress like that. And, you know, just don't have to give a fuck, because at the end of the day volvemos a lo mismo. La gente siempre va a hablar, y yo una vez leí eso and it's so true. Like, it said, si tú le preguntas a una persona mayor, what's your biggest regret? They're going to tell you they regret not doing things more than regret doing
things. Yeah.
You know, like,
so, like, they regret more not doing shit than the bad shit
they did.
That they did.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and it's true.
Well, it is true, because cuando el tiempo se va, when the time goes, it's gone. Like, how do you get it back? You can't get it back.
You can't.
Right? But that's the biggest thing. How do you adapt? Because es muy fácil, it's very easy to say, you just have to not give a fuck. But how? Well, how do you do it? Like, I know my tricks and my hacks on how I don't give a fuck, but how do you do it?
It's so weird. Like, I just really don't. Like, yo me acuerdo que Okay, now that you ask me, I remember. Me acuerdo que one time, right? I came home and I estaba recién divorciada, and I was crying to my brother, and I was like, oh, his family says that I didn't like appreciate everything he did for me, blah, 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 blah. Y él estaba sin una expresión, and I'm like, dude, like, I'm bawling over here, give me a hug, I need companion.
Yeah.
Y él me dijo, okay, I'm gonna ask you two things. He's like, that's not your family, number one, so why do you even care?
Yeah,
Número dos, have they knocked on your door y te han dicho que si ya comiste, que tus hijos comieron, que si estás bien, que si necesitas algo? No. Okay, so then why do you care? And that made me realize, like, it's true. Like, la gente, si no te aporta, like, why would you care? Why? Like, haz lo que a ti te haga feliz. That's all it matters.
Right. Why did you care?
I don't know. It's because we grow as Latino con la mentalidad de que no puedes hacer esto porque la abuelita se enoja, porque tu papá se enoja, porque la mamá. So I think mentalmente we grow with that mentality that we have to care what people say.
Yeah.
We have to break that mentalidad.
And you do. Pero pues no es tan fácil, like, right? Just to say it, right? It's a lot harder to do.
How come you don't care? How
Me?
did you stop caring?
Because I'm happy.
Right.
And then I realized, like, why? So I started realizing, like, in the moments que yo me sentía mal or I didn't feel good, it was because of something that somebody else had said. Right. And I started to value my emotions a lot more. Like, son míos, fool. Like, fuck off.
Yes.
Don't take that shit from me. If I'm happy, I'm happy. Why should I let some motherfucker who's just hating just make me feel bad? And so.
Right. And at the end of the day, they don't even really know, like, the whole story. Like, solamente is based on what they think or they see.
Never know the whole story. It's just their assumption.
Exactly.
That's true. So you were married for 11 years. See, that's I know that's hard, right? When you're in a relationship and that relationship ends. Pero so did you get started after your divorce?
It started
like in your journey.
Hello?
We got a phone ringing over here.
Decline. Sorry.
Ooh.
Is it back on?
We apologize. Go back to it. What were you saying?
Don't call me.
Hold up a second.
How, if I started right after that?
Yeah. Well, did your journey begin into the entrepreneurship, like, before or after your divorce?
After the divorce. Cuando me divorcié, no tenía papeles. Mi hijo, el más chiquito, tenía 3 años. And the biggest reason por qué nunca me divorciaba, even though I was not in a happy marriage, was because, como habíamos dicho, mentalmente yo solita me cerraba las puertas en pues, siempre que estaba en una mala situación o en un problema, yo decía como, I don't want to be here, I don't want to go through this. Pero cuando decía, okay, ¿a dónde me voy a ir? I had no friends. ¿Qué voy a hacer? ¿Dónde voy a trabajar? No tengo un número social. ¿Quién me va a cuidar a mi hijo? He was 3 years. And I was like, I don't have any friends. I don't have any family.
Right.
So yo solita me cerraba, me ponía obstáculos y me cerraba las oportunidades de poder salir de ahí. When I finally did it, pues obviamente no tenía un social. So me empecé a ir a trabajar a un dealer y me pagaban cash por comisión. And I was there for 2 years. And then I applied for my DACA, recibí mi número social. And then after that, I just went crazy on KSL, applying everywhere. Even donde decía enfermeras, I was like, yep.
Fuck it.
I have a social.
Yeah.
And then finally me llamó el attorney y fue cuando he hired me. And from there, fue cuando ya empezamos.
Okay. See, that's very similar to me. So I just barely became a resident 6 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Felicidades.
Gracias.
That's a big achievement.
It is.
We all want that.
Hell yes. Pero see, I was opposite. Once I had the social and I was I didn't apply for a job anymore. I applied for hella jobs before I had it.
Why?
I don't know. It was weird, but it's almost to me, cuando me lo dieron,
you got comfortable.
I felt free. Okay, now I can do it.
Oh.
And I don't know, like ever since I was little, I've always been kind of like a hustler. Like even when we lived in Mexico, you know, like my mom would buy tortillas and I'd go sell them to the neighbors and shit.
Oh, wow.
Right?
That's
Like
awesome.
just because.
Mexico.
Guadalajara.
That's cool. Okay.
And so I've always had that kind of like, you know, that mentality of I like to hustle.
Yeah.
And then so once I had the freedom and the ability to do it, dije, pues fucking now what? I mean, I've already been broke as shit.
Right.
What's the worst that could fucking happen at this point, you know? So I don't know. I think to me that was the biggest blessing though. I'm super proud of how I'm happy with how things were for me because I feel like because of that I appreciate the fuck out of what I have right now.
I'm sure that especially when you look back and then you see your transition de cómo eras antes y poder verte ahorita.
No, sí. I mean, la verdad, I'm not even the same person, dude. Like,
I bet.
I don't drink, and I'm not saying anything against drinking. I just know how it affected me.
Right, yeah.
My mentality and how
Sabes
I
tu
was.
límite.
Yeah, man. And yo no soy bueno para tomar, man. If I drink, I'm going to get in a fight or I'm going to get arrested or some shit is going to happen. So dije, pues, for what?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It was pointless to me at that point. So, but yeah,
I'm sure that takes a lot to recognize and like not do it.
It is. And
Porque hay veces que like, a veces you know that it's bad for you, but you're like, una. And then de una, you're like, dos, you know, like.
Yeah. Pero, the straight up, si te pones a pensar, the truth is, like, the people que se salen a pistear every weekend, todos los días, que they're just drinking all the time or getting high all the time. Like,
they look forward para eso.
Right.
Viven por eso.
Pero te apuesto lo que quieras that if they look deep inside, they're not happy.
No.
They're not. I don't give a fuck what anybody fucking says. And I think that's what I realized, right? Is that I'm not happy.
Right.
And I feel like shit. Like, who the fuck likes the hangover?
I know.
I hated the hangover. And even back in my wild days, I was never a big drinker.
Okay.
Pero sí pisteaba just to party, but I was a heavy hitter in other things.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I knew, like, fuck, dude.
I need to stop doing
Yeah, I can't live this lifestyle and be around for much longer. And straight up, like, God has sent me a lot of signs, dude. Like, I've been in really, really, really shitty situations that I've been saved from. And I'm not trying to, like, get all hocus pocus and religious here, but I'm telling you, like, I swear to God, I had an angel watching out for me in those scenarios. Because it was like I'm fucked. I'm done. A few years in prison or I'm going to get deported.
Wow.
Like, I've been in that many close calls that I've always been saved from.
Right.
And so I think
And how do you not believe in God after that, right?
I do. Dude, I'm a huge believer, man. Like, you have to.
Yes.
So, yeah, man, I think the most recent ones, dije, okay, man, God has given me so many fucking chances at this point. If I don't take advantage of them, si no las aprovecho, it's my fault.
It is, exactly.
So,
yo pienso lo mismo. I always say, like, Dios no va a venir y te va a tocar la puerta y te va a decir, hello, Reyna, go and apply here because this is where your opportunity is going to go.
Right.
But te va a mandar personas y te va a poner en situaciones for you to, like, take advantage of that. Y si no lo haces, then that's on you, like you said it. Like, eso queda ya en ti.
Exactamente. Sorry, guys, to interrupt. Tato, is it playing good on that? Because you see what it's doing there?
That's weird. Try to exit.
Okay, all right.
Maybe exit and come back. Maybe. No.
Yeah, we're good now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but that's not where it is, huh?
Oh, the star. X and then go down. There it is.
There we go. Sorry, guys. We apologize. Technical
Eso es lo que
difficulties.
pasa cuando pasas live siempre, ¿ja?
Pero, sí, es lo que te digo. People have to just not care. Like, I don't care that this shit just happened. Who cares? It's a part of fucking life. Nothing goes perfect.
You know what? I think that it's awesome que tú puedes decir, you know what? Yo fui adicto, but now, like, ya soy mejor. Instead of, mucha gente, they get embarrassed of that. Like, they would be like, nunca pasó, eso es otro capítulo de mi vida, nunca lo voy a decir, you know, and you say it porque you're proud of who you are right now y no te avergüenza lo que pasó anteriormente porque that made you who you are right now.
Exactamente. And
That's
to me,
really cool.
like, I was there too. Like, I was embarrassed because, like, la gente that knew me back then, like, they even look at me today and they're like, who the fuck are you?
Right.
Pero the reason why I talk about who I was before is in hopes that, because I know right now, somewhere out there, there's somebody struggling with the same shit that I struggled with.
Yeah.
And I wish that somebody would have told me, hey, bro, I was in your shoes 5 years ago, and now I'm here, bro. So if I can do it, you can too. And I know it's really cliche to say if I can do it, you can too.
Right.
Pero, like, it's the truth, man. Like, my poor parents, man, mi pobre madre, mi padre, I feel really bad for what I put them through. But now they look at me with like such fucking pride because now like I provide opportunities for my brothers, for the family, like, you know, we've changed people's lives now. And so that's why I don't care, right? Because I'm not that person anymore.
Exactly, no te define.
No, hell no, para nada. Y para mí es un orgullo decir, hey, un día fui negro, ahora soy blanco. And that's not racist. I don't mean it in that way. I'm just saying, like, you can change who you are.
You can, yeah,
right?
completely.
Who do you want to be?
Exactamente. That's true. Es cierto.
Y sí.
Good job.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Es cierto. Yo creo que la manera que yo lo puedo llegar a ver es diferente, pero similar. En la manera donde yo me acuerdo que... yo fui anteriormente abusada sexualmente, and I used to be it was my secret, right? Like, I felt que si lo decía, me daba menos valor, me hacía sentir menos, era menos mujer. And I think, like, cuando finalmente I was able to be like, dude, it was like, cuando reconoces que eso no te define y que eso no eres tú y que eso no te quita ni te agrega valor, then I'm like, I say it, you know, y como dices tú, and I say it because I know hay muchas mujeres, porque cuando lo he llegado a hablar, mandan mensajes, muchas mujeres, and they're like, man, like, a mí también, y it's so weird, es más popular de lo que lo llegas a creer.
Y sí.
La gente piensa que es como...
Pero común, no popular, porque
común.
esas chingaderas no son populares, pendejos.
There you go.
She means common.
It is. Es like, yo creo que, no sé, me imagino, quiero creer que en casi todos los hogares se ha vivido de un familiar, de un amigo o de uno mismo, you know, like, una vez de que ya realmente puedes lograr hablarlo and say, you know, like, eso no es lo que yo soy, then también te libera de muchas ataduras and it makes you move forward y crecer como persona.
Exactly. Pero, I mean, if anything, those experiences... they made you suffer, sure, pero now you could take advantage of them to try to help somebody else, no? Yes. So, like, what's the point? I mean, if you went through it, you went through it, right? So now how can I use it to, like, help? I don't know, but no, I get it, because I know that sometimes it's hard to, like, look at the positive when something shitty like that happens, but, like, to me, had I not gone through what I went through, I don't think I would be who I am today.
Yeah, a veces es necesario. Suena weird.
It really is. I know it sounds cheesy and like, oh, it's the way, but it's the fucking truth, right? Because eso fue lo que me hizo ser más fuerte mentalmente. Like, yo, there's no pain like the pain of withdrawing and feeling like you want to die, like, and so trust me. Pero because of that, I know now. No matter.
So what was like that one thing that make you say, okay, no more today?
It's actually a pretty sad story, and seeing that's something I'm not ashamed to say. It's pretty sad how it happened, and there was a time where I was very ashamed of how it happened. So I was really addicted to opiates, las pastillas, las oxys. In fact, cuando hablas de accidentes, like, yo estuve en un accidente. No, it wasn't bad, but I used that to my advantage to keep getting more oxys and more oxys. And what happened, dude, is it got to the point cuando I was taking, like, and these are the IR30s after they banned the Oxycontin because they were too hardcore. And these are the 30s, the highest you could get. And I was taking like 5 or 6 of them at a time. And ya ni me pegaban. I didn't get high.
Really?
It was just to not feel sick because the withdrawals from opiate, like, just thinking about it grosses me the fuck out that anybody would want to go through that. And what happened is I took some one day. I sat on the couch and I like try to roll my eyes back to like try to force myself to feel the high. And I started to kind of feel it a little bit. And my son was about 5 at the time. And he's like, Papi, quiero agua. And I ignored him because I don't want to lose my high. Yeah. And he's like, Papi, and he's tapping on my leg. And I finally get annoyed. I'm like, espérate, Jovan.
Right.
And holy fuck, dude, like the high went away anyways. And when I looked down at him a few minutes later, after I'm not even high anymore, I'm like, yo, you're a fucking piece of shit, bro.
Damn, that gave me chills.
And so that moment, I was like, dude, what are you doing, bro? Like, what the fuck? Like, he's just, and he's like a sweet little dude, like, Papi quiero agua. Like, he didn't do nothing wrong.
Right.
But I snapped because I didn't want to lose my high. And I don't know, from that moment, I felt like a real piece of fucking shit.
That was your wake-up call.
Yeah. I just knew, like, dude, if I'm here now, where am I going to be in 5 years from now? Like, right now, he doesn't understand. He thinks I'm just tired trying to sleep on the fucking couch.
Right.
But later on, he's going to realize, yo, my dad's high as fuck.
Yeah.
So.
Especially with the technology nowadays.
Right.
So much.
Right.
Pero si era tan difícil por los side effects, then what'd you do?
The gym, it saved my life. Right. I preach fitness to like with the most amount of passion that I can because it changed my fucking life. It allowed me to mentally focus on something else. I mean, it wasn't easy, dude. And I'm not going to say that I completely stopped, pero that's when I started my journey to getting clean.
That's
right.
But by yourself.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
I mean, I remember the day and see, before all this had happened, like my parents already knew y siempre me decían cosas. And,
claro.
I remember the day que I called my mom in tears and I said, Mama, ocupo ayuda.
Right. I think that's the hardest, huh? Like, poder admitirlo.
Yeah. And my mom just cried. I cried. And I was like, all right, man. But at that point, like, I knew, like, yo, I have the most amazing parents. And I think that's, like, a common thing in Hispanic families. Like, dude, my mom and dad, respect. They will never turn their backs on me. I could murder somebody. And my mom was like, you know, and no lo escondemos, hijo. You know, like, my mom's got my back. And so does my dad, you know? And so knowing that I had those good parents, and not everybody has that. And I know that it's hard. I was blessed. We didn't have money growing up, but we had each other, right? Like
algo que el dinero no
compra. And so that's what kind of helped me. My mom was there, my dad was there, and so yeah, I just decided. But I think that's the key thing, because I know people right now, loved ones that are struggling with addiction, and like it frustrates me to see them because like. We've tried to help them, and now we have the resources for rehab and all that shit, where before we didn't. And those resources, they haven't done shit. But it's because I know that it wasn't until in my mind I said, I don't want to be that fucking loser anymore.
It's in you, right?
Yeah.
Like, puedes tener todos los tools y toda la ayuda y todo el support de los familiares de tus hijos, pero unless you choose to change, then no va a pasar nada.
So that's the key. You got to want it. Right? Tú tienes que querer ser una mejor persona.
Exacto.
Simple.
En todos los aspectos. Es lo mismo con el gym, con una adicción, en tratar de superarte en un trabajo mejor. Everything, it's just in you.
Exactly. Because adicción, the word addiction, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, right? Because I'm still an addictive person. But now
you focus it on
my addiction is how can I look good as fuck? How can I stay fit as fuck? How can I show up for my kids? How can I provide opportunity for others? Like those are my addictions now.
Right.
Because think about it. I'm going to tell you something right now. I have never met a more resourceful person than an addict. Because when an addict is starting to withdraw and starting to get sick and they have no money to get their drug, they're resourceful as fuck.
They'll find the way.
They find a motherfucking way. So that resourcefulness is fucking extremely valuable if you tap into it in a positive way. And so that's all I did is like, look, I know who I am. I'm an addictive person. When I get that high or that good feeling, I want it more and more and more. And so I chase it, but I just chase it in other ways now. Like, yo, that pump I get after the gym, that amazing feeling I get watching my brothers buy their dream cars and like, you know, watching my guys winning. Like that's a high to me now. And so I just chase that instead.
That's really cool.
But I don't think addictive personality is bad. I think it's what makes me who I am. I just, you know, I know that I have my issues.
And there's people that are actually just born like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
No que lo tienes que convertirte en eso, pero como dices tú, it's just trying to find like the way to focus on like the positive things.
Exactly. Just tap into the positive things, man. And look, I didn't know everything when I first decided to do it. In fact, I didn't know shit.
Yeah, how?
But it was my naiveness that allowed me to get somewhere, because most people, because I was so dumb and naive, I didn't think about all the taxes and the accounting, and I didn't think of that shit. Knows. I just thought, fuck it, a ver qué sale, you know, and it turned out well, man. So don't overthink shit.
En el camino you find it. En el camino encuentras, you know, the resources y todo lo que ocupas.
Exactamente. But you got to pull the trigger. So what's your journey now? Where are you trying to get to now? What are you trying to make happen?
Me siento ahorita stuck, pero I'm trying to like get out of like el lodo.
Right.
Porque lo había dicho, como acabo de tener un bebé, salí embarazada, and no que I just kind of like had to like seguía haciendo el podcast embarazada, pero al final ya era como más difícil y es diferente, como, no sé, para una mujer es como estás más cansada emocionalmente, tus hormonas están all over, entonces I was like, no, I need a break, I can't do this, I was going through so much. Entonces lo paré, pero, y aparte el lugar que lo tenía, lo dejé, voy a crear un nuevo lugar y quiero crear como un nuevo ambiente, quiero crear un nuevo look, so I'm working on that.
So you're rebranding.
Yes, so I have a lot of work to do.
So what's it going to change to? 2 copas con Reyna?
7.
7?
No, antes eran 50. I used to get so drunk. Like, it was so weird. Like, I used to not even remember what was the podcast about. I would wake up the next morning and I would have to go on my phone and like rewind it and see what I said and what I didn't, because I was so drunk, like haciendo el podcast.
Okay, well, explain to my listeners why. I know your people, they know, but why? Because they're probably thinking, what the fuck you mean you were so drunk? So you have a unique style of doing your podcast. So tell it to them.
Estamos hablando, we're talking and we're drinking at the same time. And like and I used to love that, because that's when like the guests would speak more.
Right.
And then just start like confessing a lot of things that I wouldn't even ask.
And yeah.
And out of nowhere, people would be like, hey, ya que estoy aquí ahorita en el show, quiero decirte que, ay, mira, me pasó algo bien loco. Tuve un threesome y mi esposa no se enteró. And it was like, whoa.
Damn.
So stuff like that, it was like, oh man, like le da un good, you know, like
it makes it spicy, it makes it exciting.
So I'd be like, here, shot, and they'd be like, no, pero yo no nada más. I'd be like, no, I'll do the shot with you. Next thing I know, como con la adrenalina también, como next thing I would know, like, boom, like era como un golpe, and I'd be like, oh, I don't remember what I said. So I would have to go back and like watch it, pero ya cambié.
So basically, translation to my guest my listeners that don't speak Spanish, she's saying during the podcast, they drink, right? That's how she loosens them up. That's why it's called Una Copa Con Reyna, right?
Yes.
I would assume.
Yes.
Which means a cup, a drink.
A drink with Reyna.
A drink with Reyna. That's unique. If I drank, I'd probably totally adopt that, because it sounds cool, you know?
It is, yeah.
Maybe I'll do un blanc con jambe. And we'll blaze up.
Either you answer a question or dale al blunt.
Yeah, or I don't know, because I don't know what else I could do. Maybe a workout with John B. We'll mic up and interview each other while we work out, right? That could be dope.
Out of breath.
Yeah.
So estoy tratando de hacer eso. Ya que nació la bebé, voy a volver a hacer eso. Y me acaban de invitar para hacer, I think para el final de este mes, un video musical, which is the first time, porque el género es diferente. Es, creo que ranchera. So that's going to be interesting.
Okay, so you're going to be in a music video?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. That's cool. So how can the people keep up with you, man? Like if you guys want to follow Reyna, you should go follow her. She's making some moves.
Estamos en Instagram, Una Copa Con Reyna, en Facebook, everywhere. TikTok.
Well,
that's the most popular thing right now.
TikTok, huh? Yeah,
People so
everybody
addicted
keeps
to
telling
that.
me. Yeah, people keep telling me you got to get on it. You got to get on it,
Do
but
you
I
have a
forget.
TikTok?
I do, but I like very rarely post on there, and I forget.
Consistency.
I know, and I know. Trust me, I'm gonna try to do it more
Tienes
consistently.
que hacer los bailes, right? Los
See,
bailes.
but that's the thing. That's what I don't like. That's why I like Instagram better. But I know that I got to keep up with what's popping right now, and
You just gotta find. I think you just gotta find. Yo en Instagram, I do some content que yo sé que es como diferente que el content que puedo hacer en Facebook y el que puedo hacer en TikTok.
Yeah,
So you just gotta find donde.
Yeah, see, and for me, it's not necessarily the content. It's just what I want to do is I want to reach as many people as possible. That's it. And so right now that you said that, in the beginning when you said, hey, the attorney said, how do I reach the Hispanic community? Yes. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Pero I'm kind of like stuck in the middle because like a lot of my
Fears.
I don't give a fuck guy. I don't care. Whatever you want to say it. I don't want to not disappoint, but like the people who have been following me from the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't want them to think, I don't even understand what the fuck he's saying anymore. So I'm going to stop following this dude. But I do. I want to reach as many people as possible, man. Just, I think there's a lot of bullshit information out there right now. And like, there's a lot of people that I personally have talked to that when I meet them, I see how talented and how badasses they can be in the game of sales or business. And they think that because they don't have whatever that they can't make it. So that's why I'm trying to reach as many people like, yo, it don't motherfucking matter where you come from. It does not matter what mistakes you made in the past, bro. If you want it, you could do it and you can make it happen. So that's the goal. That's the mission. That's what HG Lifestyle show.
What does it stand for? HG? What?
Hustle and Grind Lifestyle.
Oh, that's cool.
Which simply means anything that you do it with hustle and grind and grit. Like anything you do. Anything you do. Like be a motherfucking hustling father, husband, business owner, whatever. But do it with passion, with hustle, with grind, with intent.
Claro.
Like don't half-ass shit is what it means.
Yeah,
don't half-ass
claro,
it.
Si lo vas a hacer, hazlo bien. That's
Exactamente. Exactamente.
Si no, no hagas nada.
Fuck it. Si no, pa' qué? It won't come out right if you're doing it half-ass. And I know, trust me, and even though I preach it, I still fall victim to it. It's normal. But don't beat yourself up like, I guess I'm just not made for it. Nah, fuck off. Get better.
Así es. Y es muy importante, like you say, like everybody, yo creo que el goal is like, let's try to like reach as many people we can. Pero yo creo que at the end of the day, puedes llegar a 10 personas o 50,000, pero si puedes lograr tocar el de una sola persona y que la mentalidad de esa persona o como se sienta mejor o que le cambies a algo positivo y diga, fuck, es cierto, como I'm stuck and I should just like do my shit o debo de dejar de hacer esto y hacer el otro o debo de dejar de ponerme esta pared y hacerlo. Yo creo que it's all worth it. Puedes llegar a 50,000 personas, 1,000,000 de personas, pero si no cambias o no llegas o no le tocas el corazón a una, then realmente no hay punto.
And that is what kept me going. So like 2-3 years ago, I got a message from this lady, and it was actually one of the first episodes I did, and I told a story about my addiction. And she like hit me up and like, she said some very, very kind words and just how she was inspired by it. And she keeps up with me still today. She's like, oh, I haven't drank or gotten high. And so like that, I'm like, damn, like that's what it's about. And so, shout out Jen, because of you, I kept going. So
I'm sure that it's that I gotta wake up y hacer esto.
Yeah. So, any last words for the HG Lifestyle crew? What do you want? How can they help you? How can they support you?
Solamente que nos sigan y mostly, or más que nada, ya saben, si sufrieron un accidente, call me. Siempre mi información está all over. So, también mi celular, 801-889-8129. I give my phone number to everybody.
It's all good. So do I. Everybody has it already. So, translation, y'all, if you've been in a car accident, you need some help, hit her up. She's got your back. She'll make sure you're taken care of.
Yes.
And see, dude, before we go, I actually got in a really bad car accident, like, I don't know, maybe like 16, 17 years ago, because it was before my son. Time. I know. It was before my son was born, my oldest, and he's 16 now. So it was a long ass time ago.
He's 16?
Yeah.
That's crazy. They grow fast.
Oh, dude, trust me. But the accident, the seatbelt, I was wearing the seatbelt, and for some reason it didn't work. So anyway, like I broke the windshield with my head.
You went out flying?
Yeah. And dude, the fucking insurance company offered me $1,000 and I took it. I know.
What?
I know.
Oh!
I was young, though.
So mad.
I know. I was young, and I remember exactly what I bought. I bought my brother George a bench press because he was starting to get into the gym. I bought myself a basketball fucking hoop.
And you thought you were a winner for that?
Yeah, for $1,000, man. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, see, educate people.
Yeah, definitely, man. Because I could have got a lot more. Because dude, like for years I had like horrible fucking headaches, like shitty.
What? I think like. What we do is like concussion.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing. If you get one of those, ya, tocaste el banquito del insurance, because un hueso se te rompe, se te arregla.
Yeah.
Un bruise, cualquier cosa, right? Un concussion es un injury in your brain.
Yeah.
You can't do anything si tu cerebro no funciona.
Yeah.
Y emocionalmente un concussion te hace que estés sad, que estés happy, you get moody. Muchas veces hasta parejas se divorcian after that.
Damn, so that's some serious shit.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Entonces, y es algo que no lo puedes ver. No es como que te hacen un X-ray y te dicen, oh, ya, mira, ahí se ve. Es simplemente el cerebro, cuando hace así, se golpea en el cráneo, and it just lets him bruise.
I had to have for sure suffered a concussion because I don't remember shit. I remember like bits and pieces of being in the ambulance. And then all of a sudden, I see my dad walking in all fucking,
like fast.
Jonathan, ¿dónde estás? Yeah, I was like, that's my pops though, man. I don't even know who called him, but my pop showed up at the hospital. Yeah, it was crazy shit, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, edúquense. Llámenos.
So, yes.
If it's a small, you never know.
Yeah, just hit her up, man. And guys.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Hey, anytime, man. We should, now I'm going to have to come do yours, but I won't drink, but.
What? Then you can come.
I'll take some shots of water. Oh, man. Well, guys, remember, share the show, man. Give us some love. I appreciate you guys. You know, we don't want to run ads, do none of that shit. So just show us some love, show us some support. Let somebody hear it. And, you know, HG Lifestyle is a mindset, baby. Make sure you adopt it. We out.
Thank you.